Hey, I'm Myers. Doing another video here. So this is an older record that's been out print for quite a while. Uh, you can find it on Discogs, I'm sure. Um, but anyways, and the reason I want to talk about it is because punk rock shaped a lot of my politics and who I am as a person. And so I want to talk about this one. Murder by D.O.A, the Canadian band. I've had this record for a long time. I can't remember when it came out, and I suppose it don't really matter. So nothing special, just standard black vinyl. Here's your front cover. Here's your back cover. So the reason I want to talk about it is yesterday was Juneteenth, and obviously, my pigmentation, you could tell, I'm the last guy who should be talking about Juneteenth, but I have empathy and I have respect, and I want to talk about this D.O.A record because they do a cover of Midnight Special, which is fucking killer. It's a killer cover, and it is the Leadbelly version. I think Leadbelly recorded it in like '38 or something. It's like one of the most historic, oldest versions of the song. But anyways, the song is it's an old slave song, and it's about, you want the midnight special because when you run from the plantation, you want the sun, you want the moon to give you some light when you decide to make that fucking run. And I think about the bravery of that, like what kind of constitution it would take to be brave, because if you got caught, man. But people did try to make that journey. They tried to make that midnight special run, and so Leadbelly altered the lyrics some when he recorded it in the 30s, but it still has that slave spirit to it. And I guess for myself, and I can only speak for myself, but hearing that in that song, and then not only that, but like on this version, on the D.O.A version, the intro is about apartheid in South Africa, and you hear mention of Nelson Mandela and South African problems, and and like I remember in the early 90s when apartheid ended, I remember in the late 80s and early 90s of hearing the stories of the townships and the apartheid and how bad things were, and and also where I'm from. I'm from where Iowa, Nebraska, and South Dakota all meet. And currently I live in Minnesota, about 2 hours away from where I'm from. But anyways, I remember, growing up in Sioux City, like I said, it's where Iowa, Nebraska, and South Dakota all meet. And, the scars of genocide against Native Americans are still really fucking prevalent. And, I believe we need to have a national reckoning on not just slavery. I mean, we definitely, need to have a national reckoning on slavery, and we definitely need to make some amends somehow. And how we go about that, reparations or whatever, I don't know how we would go about that. That's, above my pay grade. But, as bad as slavery was, the genocide, wholesale slaughter of Native Americans, I grew up, a few hours from Pine Ridge, and the scars of that, wounded knee and all that, the scars of that, are still really fucking prevalent in the upper plains. We're plain states or whatever, but scars are still here. I live in Minnesota now, and the biggest mass lynching in U.S. history took place in Mankato. I believe they hung 38 Native Americans simply for being Native Americans, and the whites just wanted to take their land, and they basically outlawed Native Americans in Minnesota, and and these Native Americans were lynched because of their skin color, and simply for being Native, and it's disgusting, and it's something we need to have. We need to have a conversation. We need to have a national reckoning. I've been in recovery for 18 years, and like in 12 steps, they talk about you have to admit to the problem before you can heal anything else. First step of Alcoholics Anonymous is you admit that you're an alcoholic and your life had become unmanageable. Gamblers Anonymous, all that stuff is based off those 12 steps. So coming from that background, I don't see how we could fucking heal as a nation until we admit there's a problem. And there's a good fucking portion who are so fucking racist and bigoted that they can't admit there is a problem or there ever was a problem. And it's sickening. And so I want to play D.O.A.'s version of Midnight Special, and it's absolutely fucking killer. I hope you could find this on Discogs or something. You could probably find it in a used record bin someplace relatively cheap. I don't think this is a very sought after record at this point, but it should be. Their song Agony and Ecstasy, this whole record's fucking killer. So, but yeah, D.O.A, Joey Shithead and the crew from up in Canada. So here's a Canadian band singing about, have an intro about apartheid in South Africa, Nelson Mandela, and doing the Midnight Special. And I'm doing this today. I should have done it yesterday, but I don't know. I was in the mood to do videos yesterday, but in honor of Juneteenth, I do an old slave running song, and when I hear Midnight Special and I think about the courage and the bravery of people running in the middle of the night, risking their life for the chance of freedom, just like that one fucking possibility that maybe they could be free, maybe they could be treated with some fucking dignity. They risk everything for that, and it's a powerful fucking song. And granted, the lyrics have been altered to the 1930s Lead Belly version, but it's still a fucking powerful fucking song. So hope you dig it, and if you dig these videos, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Nelson Mandela had been in jail for almost 2 decades. His name became a cry for freedom, but his voice was silenced.
When the coffins have been lowered, we normally ask the people to sing the national anthem, because once they sing the national anthem, then they stand still for the church.
South Africa's problems will be solved by South Africans and not by foreigners. I've been lenient and patient. Don't push too far.
Time has come for white people in this country to realize that their destiny is inextricably bound with ours.
So let that midnight special shine a light on me. So let that midnight special shine a light on me. Well, here's a survivor. How in the world did you know? By the way she held her head up and the chain she wore. I weighed upon her shoulder.